Excited about Airsoft? Hit the like button and comment to join other Airsofters in the conversation. What's up, my Airsoft Colonial Marines? I want to introduce you to a very personal friend of mine. This is an M41A pulse rifle, 10mm, with over and under 30mm pump action grenade launcher. That's right, this baby's been ripped straight from the 22nd century universe plagued with xenomorphs to make sure your next interplanetary airsoft adventure is well protected. The pulse rifle in-universe is known for its lightweight, rugged construction and ability to be used in the vacuum of space, and with a weapon composed of both a long-range rifle component and a close-range grenade launcher, it's no secret why the pulse rifle is such an effective part of every fire team. This Matrix Airsoft limited edition custom alien pulse rifle AEG is an accurate replica of the very same future blasters carried by Colonial Marines in the year 2179. And the best part is, you don't have to wait 57 years in hypersleep to get your hands on one. These bad boys are based on the Thompson SMG, with additions like the adjustable stock, the functioning shot counter, and the underbarrel grenade launcher. Let's go tip to tail on these beasts and figure out what makes these pulse rifles the coolest things this side of Kepler 22b. At the muzzle is the iconic heat shroud and brace for the underbarrel U1 grenade launcher, which does have a working pump that reveals a red shell. Unfortunately, the grenade launcher is mostly for show, but it is where you store your battery. You pull and twist on the front cap, revealing just enough space for a thin stick-style battery. We recommend the Matrix 1200 mAh 11.1 volt battery for best results, but a 9.6 would also fit very well. Just above the grenade launcher is the business end of this xenomorph destroyer, able to blast BBs at 380 FPS and 14 rounds per second with the 11.1 volt battery. This is well suited for outdoor play, and because it's based on the Thompson, or the Airsoft Thompson, it can accept a wide range of aftermarket parts, so getting it to shoot whatever FPS you want is a relatively easy affair. True to Jonathan LaForce's original design, the pulse rifle utilizes a long sighting channel integrated into the carry handle along the top side of the blaster, as opposed to an independent front and rear sight seen on today's rifles. And you'll need those in the future. Unfortunately, the AN-RVS 52 CCD television sight hasn't been invented yet, so we'll just have to make do with this sighting channel for the next 100 years or so. Just below that is where you'll adjust your hop-up unit. Just rotate this dial here. That's also where you'll find a working charging handle, which doesn't lock back, but it's really fun to, slap this around and, kind of immerse you in blasting a bunch of airsoft aliens. Below all of that is what I think is one of the coolest parts of the pulse rifle, the round counter. Powered by a 9-volt battery, when you turn it on, it displays an intimidating 95, but only if there's a magazine inserted. And when you fire, that number counts down with every shot, all the way down to 00. Which is coincidentally the same number it displays when you don't have a magazine in. Lack of numbers. Is 0 a number? Or does it just mean that you don't have numbers? Because otherwise, 0 rounds would mean that you had a number of rounds, but that number was 0. To reset the counter, simply reload, or you can flip the switch off and back on again, which is simple enough to do when you're winding the magazine, since you're going to have the cover off anyway. Speaking of reloads, this Airsoft version of the pulse rifle ships with one 150 round high cap magazine. To gain access to the magazine well, you pinch these two tabs and remove the lower plate. Then you can get access to both the round counter switch and the Thompson style magazine hidden inside, which is released with the traditional Thompson style sliding paddle release or thumb release on the pistol grip right here. When reloading a new mag, it does take some practice to align the rib on the magazine with the groove in the Thompson up inside the mag well. So practice. And then even after you practice, you'll probably miss. I know I did. And speaking of magazines, this one's a little bit unique. Now, because this is based on the Thompson, you might assume that it would take any plain old Thompson magazine. And while every magazine does fit that fits a Thompson, because of the dimensions of the pulse rifle and to keep this the right size for cannon, there's a special magazine that is for the Thompson. It's a little bit shorter than the one that you can get with the standard Thompson for Airsoft. So make sure if you're looking for extra magazines and you want to retain this bottom cap, search for those pulse rifle compatible magazines right here on our website. In our testing, we found the pulse rifle to be ideally suited for the confines of spaceships and craggy alien landscapes. Pulse rifle did well in our 50-foot test, reasonably accurate on our 6-inch plate and Evike Professional silhouette target. In our 100-foot test, we saw a much wider spread with some hits on the plate, and we were still able to place some hits on the silhouette target. A barrel, bucking, and nub upgrade would certainly improve accuracy at farther distances and can easily be achieved with items available here at Evike.com. The controls are standard Thompson variety. The mag release we already discussed is the lever here that you push upwards to release the magazine. Then you've got a safety at the back to select between safe and fire, as well as another selector that rotates between single and full auto. With how fast those bugs move, you're gonna want all the full auto you can get. And at the very back is the very cool and functional collapsing stock. By pressing this button right here, you can collapse the stock in for storage or extend it out for proper xeno annihilation. And so, like a face hugger, let's inject ourselves into the internals. I'm so sorry. Getting into the guts of the alien pulse rifle involves a few screws and a metal plate, which keep the two halves of the body together. Once separated, you can see the features like the micro switch for magazine detection, which resets the round counter. Accessing the gearbox from this point on is just like any other Thompson AEG. The version 6 gearbox has standard 18:1 ratio gears that ride on 6mm bushings, with the exception of the elliptical polymer spur gear bushing. The polymer piston has a ported polymer piston head, a single metal tooth, and a thrust bearing. The cylinder head is ported. The cylinder head is polymer with an O-ring and a thick impact pad, and the nozzle does not have an O-ring. Compression is decent, but it can certainly be improved with a version 6 compression kit, available on our website. The motor is a short type ferrite motor and is easily replaced with a high performance motor if you're looking to upgrade trigger response and rate of fire. Overall, the internal components are robust and reliable, and easy to upgrade for anyone looking to get the most out of their AEG. The pulse rifle is available in a suite of colors, including tan, olive, black, battle-worn, and a very stealthy Realtree camo, just in case you're defending against some stage 4s from inside a deer hide. But no matter which color you choose, you'll never be caught off guard with this on hand when you're investigating a mysteriously vacant colony on some exoplanet. The Matrix Limited Edition Custom Alien Pulse Rifle AEG is available right here at Evike.com and in your troops' Conestoga or Bougainville class transport and attack carriers. Stay frosty. Want even more Airsoft content? Hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification icon. Follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook for epic weekly giveaways.